on March 4th. This meeting was properly noticed to all our units with the specific agenda of just discussing the PERAC audit, and that's the only item. So everybody had received the audit previously directly from PERAC and looked it over, and this is the comments that we are allowed to submit to PERAC under each individual item, so that we can complete the task. So I'm going to start off by asking if there are edits or something, and I'm going to turn to you, Bill, first.
Yeah, no, I read the response from the Essex Regional Retirement Board, and we have our work cut out for us, but I think we're back on the right track, and I think they're all attainable goals that we can reach. So I concur with the response.
Okay, thank you. Kathy, did you have any suggestions on our responses?
Not really. The only thing I do have to say is the 4-week thing for the reconciling bank statements. That's the final thing, right? That's not
the 2 weeks, you mean? I think we said 2 weeks. 4. Yeah. That we put that in there as the outer marker because we're dependent on the bank getting us the statements, and they come in at different times of the month. Our goal is to do it as the day it arrives, so that we don't fall behind. I'm happy to report that we have reconciled the bank statements through January of 2010, and the only reason we don't have February is we haven't got the bank statement from the bank yet. We're waiting for it. We're expecting it any day, and then we'll reconcile that, and we'll be back on track.
That was all I was just looking at that, and I thought that maybe we should.
Well, I thought if we tried a specific time period and there was some kind of a technical snafu, I didn't want to be
without doubt, I agree.
missing deadlines I didn't, that we were trying to comply with. All right.
That's fine.
Everything else is okay with you?
It looked very good,
All right.
actually.
All right, Glenn?
I think a great job was done on it, and I would suggest we move the question, because everybody seems to be...
All right. We have a motion to move the question, seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Well, I think you did a great job, Tim, you and your staff, to put this together. I think, like, I have a few things on a bunch of them, and we didn't get it, I just got it last night when I got home, so a lot of time, I wish I could have spent more time on it. Are we planning to go through each one as we're here to just kind of see if there's how it sounds? And
Well, I'm viewing the situation as we worked on this thing for 7 days to try to come up with a constructive list of to-do list, so to speak, for PERAC. And we've outlined in detail the to-do list that they would like us to do, and we are going to we've already started in it, and we're going to after today's meeting dig in and go through the process. PERAC has told us that they will be back in 6 months to see how things are going, to make sure that we are keeping our to-do list on track here. I think that my comment would be that this audit period was before your service on the board, and that's why I asked the people that were in service at that time if what we are proposing is accurate. I think that in the next audit period, you'll be able to help us significantly on anything that we need to address at that time. And
well,
so
just for Mr. Chairman, for basic comments, like for the bank reconciliation, they spoke about variances, like, if we wanna talk about that, they spoke about variances of 3,800 and 2,300.
I think we've resolved that issue, and the bank statements are accurate.
Okay, and I think that should be noted in the response, that the variances have been found, because that's one of their items that they
Well,
spoke
we've been
about.
working with Mr. Tiverton here, and he's examined the reconciliation statements, and we've been able to, locate all the differences here. We had a couple of checks that weren't recorded, and, we were off 20 cents here and there. We found it all.
Okay,
So,
great, I think that should be noted in the response, though, just as, because here's their, like, as a person that's looking at, here's the audit, here's your response, when there's something in the audit that's not responded to, even though it could have been behind the scenes, I still think it should be in the response,
Well, I think
just so when someone's looking at both of them, they can see, because that's kind of glaring, where's this money? Now it's been found, reconciled, that it's been reconciled.
I think that Mr. Tiverton who's been helpful to us, and is going to be making his report to PERAC and clarify that. I don't want to have this board meeting take up the procedure of the United States Senate, where they never make a decision and they talk things to death 1,000 times. I think that we've outlined and acknowledged PERAC's suggestions. We are looking for guidance on a lot of things that are new to us, and I would just like to say that, let's get on with the to-do list so that we can complete the work. So the chair would like to move the question. So, all in favor of accepting the PERAC, our responses to the PERAC audit findings, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm abstaining because I think we needed more discussion on this.
Okay, we have one abstention. I have just a technical question, Chris?
Yeah.
No offense to you. Are board members allowed to abstain unless it's a issue that, they have a direct interest in?
I can say I don't know the answer to that question.
I think we should ask PERAC, just to be sure, so that we're making no mistakes. I know if you have a direct interest in it, you have to abstain or accuse yourself of it, but I don't know about abstentions. We've never had people abstain before, and I just want to make sure that we're not making any errors here.
Right. Well, I really don't have an answer for you on it. The only time that anybody has abstained is when
Yeah, well, it's fine, which I'm
there's
not.
a personal interest in it in some sort.
I'm not opposed to that. I mean,
But I don't know.
I think we should ask the question directly to PERAC and ask them to tell us what their process is, so we know, and Kevin knows, so that we don't make any bad decisions. Okay, we will get this document into PERAC. They have a timeline they want us to comply with, and we're going to comply with it. And my next task is to start to draw up the to-do list in the correct order so that we can complete all their tasks. And when they come in 6 months, they'll say, they'll be able to say that we're on our way. So, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in
Can
favor?
I just
Yep.
request for the record, we have outstanding representation requests from Attorney Casey on a couple of issues. Are we gonna be
Outside of this issue, right?
outside of this
Okay.
issue?
Why don't we do this then? When we adjourn the meeting, you and I can sit down with Attorney Casey and go over that situation. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, that completes everything. The next meeting is 9:15. Mrs. O'Leary will be very proud of me because she said I always ran too long of meetings. I did it in 15 minutes. How long did the Salem Retirement Board meeting go the other day?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. I'm 5 minutes overtime.
No, you didn't start till.
Well, okay.
25.
Well,
We did the whole thing. We did the